Okay, good morning, everyone. Could you all hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, can we start our class today?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes.
think I think some of you probably haven't joined the class yet, but we can wait them and we can start our class this morning. Uh, Luckily, we meet again in this semester. I don't know whether it's lucky for you or not, but uh, honestly, I enjoy your class on the last semesters. Some of you probably uh, doesn't get final scores that you aren't expected, but that is the result uh, from you. And I hope that this semester, if you if you have a good score on last semester, then you can maintain it. And if you don't get a good score on last semester, I hope in this semester you get better scores for this project subjects. Uh, okay, before we started, probably I would ask you, how is your experience on your last semester with my class on first project? Is there anyone want to share their experience on their class? Probably you can give me some suggestion to make my class better, or my or these subjects better, to evaluate our class in the last semesters. Brian, Aga, Sahobi, Venu.
Menantang, Pak, menurut saya, Pak.
You can use your English.
Oh, Inggris. Apa menantang kayak bahasa Inggris itu?
Challenging.
Challenging.
Is this Brian?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty challenging for me because you give us the assignment like a real client, so we must do the project like we our life is depends on it.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Is there anyone want to share their experience on the last semesters? No? Okay. I don't know whether you hear me or not, because there are some of you just answering me, but I pretend that all of you is listening to me and see me. So this subject is I record it and then I will upload it, and you can see it anytime you want. If you want to prepare for the test or project test, I think you can see the video that I record on every weeks of our meetings. So on this weeks, we are just start on a preliminary or introductions. So there won't be any major materials. It's just a basic materials Probably some of you already read the slides. There are some tasks also, and if you notice that on our second project or project 2 subject, we will work as a team. So in this course, you will learn how to become a project manager. You have to manage the teams. So in these weeks, I will ask you to pick some of your friends to become your team, probably about 4 to 5. Actually, if you want to make a team, I suggest you not to pick your close friends. To be more challenging, if you just can pick uh, just a friend or not a very close friends. Because why? Because if you work in a corporate or industries, you cannot even pick your members or your team. The team is always given by your supervisors. So it is very challenging if you just pick your team randomly. Yeah, but this is just my suggestions. So by doing that, you can learn how to adapt, how to working with the people you don't know. Yeah, how to maintain uh, your emotions, yeah, with other peoples in a team works. So in this week, I will ask you to pick your team members. Okay, is there any one of you understand? Sorry, I cannot see your face, so I don't know whether you understand or no, or maybe you listen or no. Are you listening or
We
no?
understand, sir.
Okay. How about the others?
Um,
Yeah, we understand, sir.
Okay.
understand that.
Okay. Uh, as usual, on the last semester, I also asked you our class is start on 7, but I think 7 is too early in the morning, so I will ask you to save our class time to 8 a.m. in the morning on Monday. Is that okay for you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So
Very
we will.
okay, sir.
Very
Yeah.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So starting from next week for our second week, we will start our class on the Monday in 7 a.m. And also for our weeks meeting, we have 2 days, which is on Monday and Thursday. And on Thursday is starting from 12:50 p.m. Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So on that time, we will have a class if there is something need to discuss. Yeah. But for this week, I think Thursday is not, we don't have any material to be discussed, but starting from next week, we will have a job sheet and you will, on the Monday, we will have some slide material, but on Thursday, you will be asked to do your job sheet. But if you do your job sheet, I think uh, we don't actually need to be meeting online. Yeah. If we need to meet online, we can arrange that, but I think we don't need a lot of time for our meetings. Some of my boss in the department and in the institutions told us that the class or a meeting should not be too long. There are some reasons for that, because some of the students have a difficulty to have a good bandwidth or internet connection. Is that correct? Has any of you have a limited connection with the bandwidth or internet connections? Some of you probably using cheap mobile data. Or maybe some of you have some of you or yours home city having difficulty to get a good signal for mobile data.
Yeah, sometimes the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why the meeting is suggested by our leader that not too long. Yeah, not too long. So I hope you understand about that. Okay, we will start with our slide materials. We have 3 slides. The first one is the preliminary. There are some preliminary that you should know about this course. So in your study program, you will have 3 projects. The first is project 1, which we have already skipped or passed it last semester, and then this semester you will get the project 2, and most of the course outcomes is hopefully that you are able to become a project manager. And then for the, I think on the 7th semester, you will get the project 3. And project 3 will be more about quality assurance or testing, software testing. Okay. So this course examines activities related to project planning and estimated project scope and schedule. It also examines process for managing project resources. So upon completion of this course, you are all expected to be able to do the following, which is planning and estimating project scope, resource, and also the schedules. So the outcomes will be able, so you are able to implement IT product development by focusing on quality control and marketing the product using digital media. So some of the material will also teach you how to market the product using some digital media. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. So in this subject, we will have a team teaching. These are the team teaching for the project 2. There are some lectures, probably you already know about them. Mr. Rudi, Mr. Ervan, Mr. Cahya, me, myself, and Mr. Hendra, Mrs. Munki, Mrs. Debis, Mr. Ahmadi, and so on. And if you probably know that the material that we give it to you is all similar between one and another class. So don't worry about that. The only difference is I teach you in English, but other teachers or lecturers teach the class using Indonesians. So the slide material is quite the same, but on different language. And also we hope that our final project, our tests, some of our tests, all of our tests have a same question for all of the class. So this is our week's materials. As we can see here, we have 7 weeks, and then we have a mid-semester exam on week 8, and then we have a final exam on week 17, and then we have 2 quiz. First quiz is on week 5, and the second quiz on week 13. Okay. All of my material will be uploaded on the LMS, but some of you already realized that the LMS doesn't work as a plan. Yeah, probably next week the LMS will be ready, but for our first week's material, I already uploaded there, and I will put it on a Google Drive. So if I have another newer version of the materials, so you can get it directly from the Google Drive. The first week is this week. We will have an introduction of our subject, and then project implementation assessment, and then some of the collaboration tools which I will share it to you on the third slide materials. We already write about the collaboration tool or software for project management collaboration. For the second week, we have a project management assessment cycles, and then some problem formulations. And then for the third week, we have a project initialization. And then for the fourth week, we have a project planning. And then for the sixth and seventh week, we have a system development. And then the 8th week, we have a mid-semester exam. And then 9 to 10 weeks, we have a system implementation. And the 11 quality assurance. 12 weeks is a documentation. And then for the 14, 15 is a system delivery. And then for the 16 week is a project closing. And we got final exams. Okay. You will have a project that you have to manage with your team members, but what kind of project that you will have to do is letters on our next couples of week we will instructing to you. So the final score will be the score from the quiz, and then project, and then middle exam, and also final exam. Starting from next week, we will prepare a job sheet for your project task. And then the software that we will use mostly is the browsers and then GitHub. Some of you probably already familiar with GitHub. This week we will try to using a GitHub as a simple collaboration tools, and then Lucid Chart online, and then Figma online, and also Google Drive or Google Docs for online. Okay. The output of this subject is, the first one is the IT-based product, and then also second one is the project documentation, which is project proposals, project addendum, project charter, and then software requirement specification, and then product documentation or manual book, and then process documentation, and then PIER, which is a post-implementation evaluation reports document. So this is the reference that we use in this class or in this subjects. The first one is from Siahaan, analisa kebutuhan dalam rekayasa perangkat lunak. Yeah, all of the reference or book used in this class is using Indonesian's books. But if you want to have a better knowledge on English books, I recommend you to use some of the books in a project management of the IT of information or information systems. The second book is Imam Herianto, Management Project berbasis Teknologi Informasi. And then the third one is Rudi Tantra, Management Project System Information. Okay. I will continue to the next slides. So the second slide will describe some of the project implementator assessments or reviewers. We will see in the project that are some of the persons or actors involved in the project. Who are them? We will see it on our next slides. So as we can see here, there are client, and then the project implementator. Sorry, still have some bahasa Indonesia here. So the peoples or actors who are directly involved in a project. Project implementator usually are a team, group of people where the team member have their own roles, tasks, and responsibilities. Project implementator develop the project based on the project client prerequisite. So we have a client and we have the project implementation. For the client, we have a project owners, and then direction or director committee. And the third one is a project result users. And then for the project implementator is a project manager, and then system analyst, and then system designer, and then programmer, and then the tester, sorry, and or quality assurance, and then the others. There are some others members that we will explain more later. So on one team member, they could have more than one roles, depend on the project scopes. So if the scope is small, it could be the designer and programmer is a one person. Yeah, or the programmer and the tester is in one person or one teams. So who is project owners? Project owners usually are corporates or private persons that have an eager of one project. Owner are the one having their own budget or organizing funds from sponsors. Project developed will be his or their authorities and will be used for their needs. So this is the project owners. Direction or director committee is formed as a control to evaluate project implementation so that the project will work as a schedule and reaching target and quality required by the owner by considering on triangle project management limitation, which is on time, cost, and scope. Project result users, another part of the clients, is a people having a direct and close relation with a project result or the user itself. Okay. Here are some of the description from the project implementator. The first one is a project manager. So this one is a person who is responsible with the plan, implementation, and project closing, and to ensure that his team member can finish their task according to the triple constraint or project management triangle, which is a time, cost, and scope. A project manager should have the ability to solve the problem and have a good managerial skills. The second one is a system analyst. System analyst is a person who is responsible to create business analysis need or business requirement by doing some observations, field study, interview, case analysis, or simulations. So in system analysis, we'll make a project scope document as a bridge between a system analyst and client. They also should make a functional specification document as a bridge between them and the system designer. Next one is the system designer, which is a person who is responsible to design the system developed based on a functional specification document given by system analyst. Programmer, I think you all already know about this. Responsible to build a system according to the system design developed. Programmers are also responsible to do the testing, debugging, or troubleshooting, and also maintenance to the system. Next one is a tester. So this one is responsible to test the system developed by programmer according to the design and ensure the system meet the requirements. Tester also helps finding bugs, error, or other problem found in the systems. Some other members are installer, integrator, trainer, or technical support. So when you graduate and you will join the corporate or industry, and then you apply for the job there, probably as a analyst or a programmer maybe, or a tester or other members. Actually, if they accept your application and then you will work there, and then they put you in a field that you apply, for example, in programmer, and then they will see your capability, and then they will see how you maintain or work as a team. Because in industry or company, for example, if you become a programmer on that company, you will work with other peoples. You probably you can work by yourself, but you will have more challenge. Yeah, you will have more difficulty, but mostly, yeah, in a company you will work with as a team, and you cannot pick or choose your team member. Yeah, you will work with other peoples that probably don't like you. Yeah, and that is very challenging for you. So you have to maintain and you have to manage your emotions on the company. And also for the company that you apply for, if you already graduate and then you apply for a programmer, the company will not, sometimes they will put you on the programmer, but they will put you on others project implementators, for example, as a tester. And don't get shocked by that, because this is common in a company. So you put there as a quality assurance, or maybe other fields, for example, as a data science engineers, yeah, which is very popular now in a digital marketplace, yeah, and other fields that you cannot even imagine that you are that field is exists in the company. So don't be shocked about that. Okay, so this one is a project implementator. So we have a discussions, yeah, for the case study number 1. Yeah, please read this case study. The city government of Pontianak have a public offering on their treasury information system. So they want to develop they want to have an information system for their treasury, and then they offer this project to software company, and we can see the description of the project in these links. And then the first one, we need you for one team. So the first things that you do is you pick your team members, and then you will try to write and discuss about the case study here. So this is the first case study. So I will ask you to describe which actors involved and what are their roles and responsibilities for these case studies. We have 4 case studies. This is the first one. So you can describe it and write it down, and then I will ask you to upload your discussion, writing down in the Word or PDF, and then upload it on LMS, and we will discuss it on our next meetings. So this is one is a first case study. The next one is the Polynemasiaka system academic. So I will ask you how to describe which actors are involved and what are their roles and responsibilities. The third one is a game, which is a Minion Rise. This is a running game. So I will ask you to describe which actor is involved and what are their roles and responsibilities. And then the fourth one, the last one is UI template development, which is dribble.com. Yeah, dribble.com. So you are asking to describe which actor are involved as a project implementator and what are their roles and responsibilities. Okay, this is the first task for you, and then we ask you to do this as a team. Okay, I will continue to the next slide. In this slide, I will show you some of the tools that we will use as a project review, as a project collaboration tools. So what tools that I mean, or I mean, so this is the applications used to work, collaborate as a team, whether it's online or on site. Okay, the first one is a Trello. Trello is an application for teamwork collaboration to manage project in one web application system. With Trello, every team member can review what tasks get to be done, doing, and done. So as we can see here, it's just like a Kanban card. Yeah. So we can drag and drop it, whether this task is already done or not. Probably I can show you the application because I usually use that application for my project. Okay, this one is a license, not for free, but they have a free version which is very limited. So I usually use this one to manage my events. For example, this is the seminars, national seminars. So what are the things to do for the committee, and then what are the activity doing, and then what are the activities that have been done. So if we have already the activity has been done, so we just drag it here. Yeah. So the team members can know where is the activities that is doing and done, and if some things need to be done, they can also manage to process it, so they can hopefully that the project will be done as a plan. Some of the facilities are also available, some of the features. For example, in this free version, we have a connection with the Google Drive, yeah, as you can see here. So we can save our files in the Google Drive, and then we can see the file here in the Trello. Yeah. And then for the board itself, they have a template. For example, if we want to be a project on a software, for example, this one is a project for a software. there are some, this is what we call card. Yeah, some of the card that we can use as a template. For example, the backlog. What is the backlog for the software? And then design, UI. What are some activities or event to be done in the design? And then some of the applications, and then what we will do, and then what or which code needs to be reviewed, and then the testing, and then the closing. For example, this is very nice interface and very easy to be used, not like MS project, which is I do not recommend it to you. And also in this board, we can also make a due date for each class. So for each project, we can have a due date. We can set the due date, and also for each activity, we can also set the due date for each activities. Okay, this is the Trello. Okay, I think you already familiar with Google Docs. So you can create a document, and then the document will be maintained or managed by other all team members. We can use a Google Docs, we can use a Google Sheet, Google Slides, yeah, and more. And also the storage, yeah, the Google Drive. And then the next one is a Lucid chart, which is very convenient too for you to be used as a project collaboration tools. We can work together for a diagram sketching, and then business process visualization, and then mind map flowchart, and UML creation or developing. And then we can use a Figma. This is for UI project collaboration, usually used by a mobile, but desktop application also can use Figma, and then the website UI applications. Figma having similar features like Adobe XD, and it has some advantage, which is having capability to finish the project together with other team members. So this is more like a collaborator tools compared to Adobe XD. Okay, the next one is GitHub or GitHub. So this one is a web application with version control system. So versioning, I think some of you already familiar also with the GitHub. It's providing a service to save repository for free. Repository is a place where we can save many types of files, especially source codes. So if you have a source code, I recommend, and if you work in a team, I recommend you to use a GitHub. It's a free or open source for project collaborations on software developments. The system also have the capability to do a collaborative project with the team members, including track and save any changes done in the projects. So we can see what other team members have been wrote or changed or modified the source code. We can see on the GitHub. Okay, there are some others collaboration tool that we cannot mention to you one by one, but this is the one that we show you already is usually used by many project management company. So the next one to do for you is another task. Yeah. So this is also a group project. Yeah. Then previous task is also for a group project. So this one is also a group project task. The first one is making a board in Trello where the team manager giving tasks to the team member through cards written in the board. Yeah. The second ones, you are asking to make any document that can be accessed by all team members. The third one is making a worksheet on Lucid chart where each team member can have the same access and editing those worksheets. The fourth one is making a worksheet on Figma where each team member can have the same access and adding object to the same worksheets. And then the last one is we ask you to make an HTML file showing hello world, save on the GitHub repository, and then each team member try to add name on those files through the pull, commit, and push process. You can see the documentation of the GitHub to do this. Okay, that is for our material today. If you need anything to be asked, please, this is your time to ask. Yeah, okay, Brian.
Okay, thank you, sir. About the group project at the GitHub repository, each member try to add name on those files. It's like we pull, commit, and push the HTML file with the format is our name, or just we put the name inside the file, or
yeah. So in HTML file, let's show you here. So this one is a hello world. So in the first paragraph or the header, you can use a hello world, and then in the body of the HTML, the first team member will write it down their names, and then the second one is for the second team members. Third line is for the third team members, and so on. For each team member, put the name on the HTML files. Do you get the point?
okay. So we just like add new code.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
our name.
New line in the code. Yeah.
New line. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Any more questions? So I will ask you to make the report on the task of this week in a screenshot. Yeah. And also if you need any comment or notation on that screenshot, you can give the annotations and then upload it on the LMS.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, who is this?
Fenu.
Oh, Feno. Okay, Feno, please.
Yes, sir. So, for the case study, the discussion in the, because you say there are like the discussion of case study, like there are 4 topics.
Yes.
And do we need also to make a report for that?
Yes.
And so we need to divide the class into 4 groups.
Yes.
And each group has 1 case study.
Yeah. Each group have 4 case study. This is not
Sorry?
Yeah, each group have to do 4 case study.
All the 4.
Or the 4.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
This is not a big report, I think. Only you need to describe which actor involved and what are the roles and responsibilities. So
yes,
in your team project, you have 4 or 5 people, so you can share it with your team members.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Any more questions? If no, then I will finish this meeting. Okay, please. Go on to,
Isi, Pak.
yeah,
Untuk deadline-nya,
what's the name?
Rizky Putra
Oh,
Pradana
Rizky.
Budiman.
Oh, yeah, Rizky. I will create an activity on LMS, which is assignment, and we will ask you to upload the report on the LMS until Sunday late at night. Is that okay, Rizky? You got?
Ya, yes sir, siap.
Sir,
Yes, Peno?
for me, the LMS is I cannot enroll myself in the course.
Okay. The LMS still have technical problems, but we will manage it to prepare it for you for the next few days.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Sir, I want to ask a
Yeah, who is it?
question. Yazid,
Okay.
in the discussion with party, if I mean, if every discussion topic is used for a team or one team should do the entire case study.
All case study, one team for all case study.
Sorry?
One team or one group have to report all the case study, all 4.
All.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So we make to one combine our case study and the discussion project into the one PDF
Yeah.
file report.
You can have one PDF report or 2 PDF report is fine.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, any more? Any more questions?
Sir,
Yes.
for the team, is we are random or
Yeah,
Mr.
you can choose it.
choose it. Oh,
You
okay,
can
okay.
choose it yourself.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But
Thank
as
you,
I
sir.
recommend you, I think you should choose it randomly. I recommend you to choose it randomly.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Is there any question? Any more questions, Brian? Okay, so please. Yes, Brian. You want to ask some question?
I'm done. I'm done asking. Sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know which one asking questions. Already finished? Okay,
Yeah,
I think I will close this class, and we will meet on our next Monday. See you all on the next week and have a good day. Keep being healthy and have good activities in your own homes. Hope we can pass this semester smoothly. Okay, thank you very much all for joining our class today. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Yes,
you, sir.
See you, Pak.